Hey there, Paul Morrow again, Smart Financial. This is a message to my boomer buddies that are out there, those of us that are in the boomer generation, the X-Geners, not the young folks that are doing wealth building, but those are for folks who've already built up some wealth, and now it's time to do a little wealth protection. This is how I did it, how I protected my wealth against financial loss in the current Trump tariff trauma and other financial situations. So let's talk about protecting your portfolio. When you get to be a midlifer, you really need to reallocate your investments. So you're not 100% invested in growth. In my book on smart financial longevity planning, by the way, which you can get, if you stay to the end of this video, I'll get you a copy for free. Subscribe, email us, we'll send you out a copy. And I think it's a little helpful for folks that are in the middle of their life at 50 and just figured out they're going to live to 100. It's truly midlife now. So if you're a midlifer, you might not want to have to wait, as we did in 2008, for a 5 or 6 year recovery from a 50% market drop. It might really disrupt your plans. So let's talk about portfolio protection devices and how I did it in my own portfolio. Let's just talk about fixed products for a second. If you are a midlife person and you're not 100% invested in equities, which you should be when you're young, by the way. In fact, if you're a 25-year-old person, you should take this video and forward it to your older friends, forward it to your grandparents, forward it to your over 60 friends, because this type of information is really important to them. If you're 25 years old, for you to wait 5 or 7 years for a market recovery is nothing, it's noise. But if you're 70 years old, 1 month is important, especially if you're going to miss your check, right? So you're not at 70 a long-term investor, you're a very short-term investor, right? So let's just talk about what I did. We added to our portfolio some changes a number of years ago when the products for guaranteed lifetime income changed. And I have to say, there were major changes in this industry as a part of the evolution of the investment and insurance industry to take products that were really junky and to make them really good. So let's just talk about a really good product. A good product is a guaranteed lifetime income product where you don't give up your money. Years ago, there was a great book written by Larry Kotlikoff at Boston University, and it's all about the magic of taking a portion of your portfolio, putting it into a guaranteed lifetime annuity product that paid you forever. And that all sounded great, and he was also followed up by a book by Dr. Malefsky, Toronto University, and a lot of other very bright people. So you read these books and it all sounds great, except for one thing. People do not want to take $500,000 of their portfolio and give it to some insurance company, get a check every month, and never see that money again. That was a little scary, and they had, as I mentioned in my book, the bus problem. They felt they were going to give the money to an insurance company and get hit by a bus and lose it, okay? That was then, this is now. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in the industry. So those used to be called single premium immediate annuities. Here's the term, SPIA. I would put like a big circle with a red line through SPIA. What SPIA means is you give your money away. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not suggesting this. I'm not proposing this. There are some uses where they're valuable. It's very niche-y, but what I'm talking about is replacing bonds in your portfolio with guaranteed fixed income annuity product where you don't give up your principal. So here's the difference. You can give $500,000 to an insurance company, never see it again, or give $500,000 to an insurance company and they pay you, let me check the rate because I just got my own, 6.75% per year, and I keep control of the cash. Now that's like a super bond coupon, which is backed up by the financial ratings of these insurance companies. The one I got was like A+, Comdex rated, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to pay 6.75% for life. Now that's a really good number. And what does it really mean? It means that if I'm getting paid that income, what happens in my portfolio going up and down? It becomes a matter of academic interest or just observation because I'm not depending on it. And so in these 3 studies about annuities replacing bonds, the second part of this is I don't pay any fees on those. So what's interesting is that you can buy one of these products. There is no annual management fee. So actually my management fees went down by 50%. even though I own the financial firm that I sold out to my younger partners to a couple of years ago, right? They still need to charge fees to make the place run, but you don't charge fees on these new products on an annual basis. They have an early termination charge. If you bought a 5-year CD and canceled early, that's what they look like. It's a back end. But if you don't cancel, they don't charge you. So what's the difference? When the books were written about single premium immediate annuities, the products that I don't like, that's all there was. And if the only thing you have is a hammer, everything's a nail, right? So everybody that used them probably felt they had to use them because there was no alternative product. These alternative products, by the way, they're very modern. They're actually quite sexy. They're products that are tied to the S&P 500 index, or the NASDAQ, or the Dow, whatever index you want. They have 100% guaranteed principal. They have great interest rate caps. It means that, oh yeah, if you're tied to the S&P, if the S&P goes up 20%, you're not going to get that. You get 6 or 7. But if the S&P goes down, you don't lose any money. So when you look at the history of these things, if every time the market went down, your principal was guaranteed and didn't go down, that's a hot product. So replacing that product in the portfolio allowed me to do 3 things. So number 1, in longevity planning, I will tell you, I'm one of those people who's dead set against making it to, targeted to make it to 100. I want to make it to 100. What's in this book about longevity has to do with longevity of you and your money. The first chapter is all about health and taking care of yourself, which you should do. Read up on all the diet and the exercise and nutrition, and set yourself up for a life like the blue zones in Okinawa and Nova Scotia and Sardinia, so that you can get to age 100. But we want your money to make it to age 100, and we don't want to run out. And I don't want to depend on a casino for my income later in life. Financial advisors for years have used a casino-type guessing computer program called Monte Carlo. Sound familiar? It's a casino, right? A Monte Carlo illustration, a Monte Carlo approximation, a Monte Carlo chart is just a guess. That's all it is. It might be a smart guess, might have a lot of AI in there, but I don't know who you're going to call at the computer company if the AI is wrong and you run out of money at 90 and you live another 10 years. Okay? So there is no AAA for you to call when your money breaks down and you're on the road to retirement. Okay? So we want to make sure that if you're in this time zone, if you are in the boomer X-Gen planning mode, that you allocate properly and you allocate smartly. Putting the right type of product into your portfolio, right, allows you to capitalize on 4 or 5 of the most modern inventions in asset allocation. So number 1, you need to have a balanced portfolio where a whole bunch of your money, let's call it 50%, is not subject to the market whatsoever. Number 2, you need to have a product that pays you guaranteed lifetime income. Guaranteed lifetime income means you could essentially say, I want 3 Social Securities. Instead of having $36,000, I want $110,000. You can actually buy that guarantee forever, and you don't have to give up your money. Super hot. Also, in fact, they all pay death benefits to your family if you don't come down for breakfast one day, right? This whole reallocation of your portfolio to make it more safe, to make it pay you more money, and the last part about this is it blows up all of the old data. Now, it's really dangerous to make decisions based on old data. And what do I mean by old data? Every financial advisor in the world was trained, including me. When I was going to school nights to get my financial consulting degree, all we heard was the safe withdrawal rate was 4%. Why? That's because nobody knew what was going to happen in the future. Nobody had a crystal ball, and nobody was talking about the G word. Nobody said guarantees. No one had built the guarantee product. It actually didn't exist. It was like pre-cell phone era, okay? Now here we are, fast forward to 2025. Now we have cell phones, flights to the moon, plans to go to Mars, and a whole new generation of product. We don't have washing machines and dryers and air conditioners we had 30 years ago. Don't live with products that are 30 years old. Bring yourself into the zone of the most modern product designs. Now, I will tell you, if you talk to your financial advice team and they are not smart in this particular area, you need to reach out. You can reach out to us. We'll be happy to refer you to some affiliate of ours around the country. Inside our book, on longevity planning. There's a whole sort of guide in the last chapter about how to pick a financial advice team that's smart in longevity products. You need to work with someone who's open-minded to the new products that are out there. And again, as great as financial advice firms are, they're not all created equal. There are some that are very investment only and they focus on the lowest cost ETF and the best mutual funds, but they don't have the G word. There's no guarantee there. I think you need to go into your longevity planning with the guarantee for life mindset. Tell me what I'm guaranteed for life. I don't want to base my future retirement on a casino model called Monte Carlo. You want to base your future retirement life on guarantees that allow you to de-stress your life, which is a part of living longer. It allows you to enjoy your retirement more. In fact, it has been proven by the studies that people who have guaranteed lifetime income actually live longer. So if you want to live longer, be less stressful, and have a more safe and reliable retirement, you need to get into the products of 2025, not products that they were using in 1975. So in order to find out more about this, reach out to us, pepper us with some questions. I'm happy to answer those. We're even doing some quick coaching calls. If you want to set yourself up for a little bit of a 15, 20-minute phone call, I'm happy to do that. And otherwise, we'll see you either online or at our September 25th event, which will be a fun event in Massachusetts. Our subscribers, some of them are going to get to go for free. We'll be signing copies of the books, and we'll be having a team of people there on real estate investment and other things. It'll be fun. Getting smarter about your money is just part of the art of being smart.